In the early aeons of the universe, long before the birth of galaxies as we know them, there existed a realm of shadows at the edges of creation where light could never penetrate. This realm, known only as Paraboan, was an enigmatic dimension of dark energy born from the entropy of decaying stars. Here in the cold void, life was different. It thrived not on warmth or light, but on the absolute absence of it. And from this void emerged one of the most terrifying forces the universe would ever know: the Parabos. The Parabos were not born in the traditional sense. They were entities that manifested from dark matter, evolving from the residual energies of dying stars and black holes. With every star that collapsed into darkness, their numbers swelled. Unlike other races that required sustenance from the physical world, the Parabos fed on energy. The darker the cosmos became, the more powerful they grew. As their numbers grew, so did their ambitions and their capacity for violence. The rise of the Parabos. It was not until the rise of Darac, the first ruler of the Parabos, that their destiny began to unfold. Darac was a being unlike any other Parabo. His powers were unmatched, his intellect far superior, and his desire for dominance unparalleled. He saw the universe not as a vast expanse of beauty and life, but as a battleground to impose his vision of eternal night. Under his command, the Parabos would emerge from the shadows and claim their rightful place as the supreme rulers of the cosmos. Darac's court was filled with generals, scholars, and sages, all equally consumed by the desire for power. Chief among them was Velkar, Darac's second-in-command, a Parabo who could manipulate dark energy with terrifying precision. His expertise lay in creating weapons from the void, blades of pure dark matter, shields that absorbed light, and bombs that could extinguish entire stars in seconds. Under Darac and Velkar's rule, the Parabos trained relentlessly, learning to harness their dark powers in ways that no other beings could imagine. For eons, they watched the universe grow, light filling the void with the birth of suns and the creation of galaxies. To the Parabos, this was an abomination. The very presence of light diminished their strength, weakened their resolve, and stood in defiance of their existence. The more stars that came into being, the more determined they became to reverse the process. The war on light. The Parabos' inherent hatred for light turned into a singular obsession. They believed that light was a corruption of the natural order, a fleeting force that needed to be extinguished. Their philosophy was simple. Light, with its warmth and energy, created imbalance. Darkness was the purest form of existence, where no boundaries existed, and power flowed unhindered. Darac declared war on the stars. The Parabos would travel from galaxy to galaxy, seeking out suns, the lifeblood of the universe, and destroying them. Their powers were magnified in darkness, and they grew stronger with every star they extinguished. Planets orbiting these stars would crumble, their ecosystems collapsing without the energy that sustained them. Entire civilizations fell into chaos, unable to comprehend the cataclysm that had befallen them. The Parabos reveled in this destruction. They thrived in the cold void left behind by dying suns, where they could wield their powers without limit. They tore through planets with terrifying ferocity, reducing thriving worlds to dust in mere moments. For the Parabos, the act of destruction was a sacred rite, a testament to their strength and purpose. As they marched across the cosmos, leaving devastation in their wake, the Parabos became known as the Heralds of Doom. Any planet that glimpsed their approach knew its fate was sealed. They were unstoppable, their power too great for any force in the universe to challenge. Adura and the balance of power. While their war on light raged on, there was one world that intrigued the Parabos above all others: Adura. Unlike other planets, Adura existed in a delicate balance between light and darkness. Its energy fluctuated, neither completely consumed by light nor shrouded in total darkness. For the Parabos, this was an anomaly, a mystery they could not ignore. Darac believed that Adura held the key to unlocking a new level of power. If the Parabos could harness Adura's unique energy, they could strengthen their hold on the universe and push their conquest of light even further. But there was something else that drew Darac to Adura, its connection to ancient cosmic forces. The legends spoke of an ancient wellspring of dark energy hidden deep within Adura's core, a power so immense that it could alter the very fabric of reality. The Parabos sought to corrupt Adura, to twist its balance in favor of eternal night. They launched a full-scale invasion, descending upon the planet with their might. However, Adura's resistance was stronger than they anticipated. The planet's unique energy fought back, repelling the Parabos' attempts to drown it in darkness. But Darac was relentless, and he knew that victory was only a matter of time. The Parabos' fascination with Adura was not only due to its potential for power, but also because they saw it as a symbolic conquest. Adura represented the last remaining resistance to their dominance. If they could bring Adura under their control, they would solidify their rule over the universe and make darkness the reigning force across all galaxies. The power of darkness. The strength of the Parabos lay in their ability to manipulate dark energy. Unlike other civilizations that relied on physical tools or weapons, the Parabos' very bodies were conduits of dark matter. They could shift between physical and ethereal forms, becoming one with the shadows. This allowed them to move across vast distances in an instant, striking their enemies with speed and precision. Their powers were not limited to mere destruction. They could create black holes, tearing apart the fabric of space itself to consume anything in their path. Their touch could freeze entire worlds, plunging them into eternal winter. And when they gathered together, their collective energy could blot out the stars, casting entire galaxies into darkness. But it was their ability to destroy suns that made them truly fearsome. Using specialized weapons crafted by Velkar, the Parabos could destabilize a star's core, causing it to collapse in on itself. The resulting supernova would wipe out everything in the surrounding system, leaving nothing but darkness behind. With every sun they destroyed, the Parabos grew stronger, their powers amplified by the expanding void. Their ultimate goal was to make darkness the supreme ruler of the universe. They believed that by destroying all sources of light, they could bring about a new era where only the strongest would survive. In this new world, the Parabos would be gods, their power unmatched, their reign unchallenged. The fall of galaxies. As the Parabos continued their rampage, galaxy after galaxy fell to their might. The inhabitants of these galaxies could do nothing but watch in horror as their suns were extinguished, their planets left to drift in the cold vacuum of space. The Parabos were merciless, wiping out entire civilizations without hesitation. They saw all life as a blight, a temporary interruption in the endless void that was their true home. Their violence knew no bounds. They would tear apart planets with their bare hands, their dark energy reducing mountains to dust and oceans to vapor. The screams of the dying were music to their ears, a testament to their unstoppable power. For the Parabos, this was not just a war, it was a cleansing. They believed that by wiping out all life, they were restoring the universe to its natural state of darkness. Despite their overwhelming strength, there were those who tried to resist. Coalitions of planets and star systems banded together, hoping to find a way to stop the Parabos. But their efforts were futile. The Parabos were too strong, their mastery of dark energy too complete. Every attempt to fight back ended in disaster, with entire fleets annihilated in the blink of an eye. The Parabos' dominance seemed inevitable. Their vision of a universe ruled by darkness was coming closer to reality with every passing day. The legacy of Paraboan. As the Parabos continued their reign of terror, they became the most feared race in the universe. Their legacy was one of destruction and darkness, their name whispered in terror by those who had survived their wrath. But despite their overwhelming power, there were still mysteries that surrounded them, questions about their origins and the true extent of their abilities. For the Parabos, the conquest of the universe was only the beginning. They believed that their true destiny lay beyond the stars, in the hidden realms of dark energy that existed at the edges of reality. And as they continued to push the boundaries of their power, they knew that one day they would unlock the secrets of Paraboan and become unstoppable. Their story was far from over. The Parabos would rise again, stronger and more terrifying than ever before. The Origin of Paraboan by K.D.M. Lakshan Pereira. Written by K.D.M. Lakshan Pereira.